Hello everyone, it is Joe here from Snake Draft FPL and welcome to my first draft of the season. Tell me that you can hear me okay. I'm having some bitrate issues, which is why it took me a little bit longer to start the stream than normal. So I'm not really sure what's going on there. I'm trying to figure it out. I may have to restart OBS, which would not be ideal. Let me know if you can hear me, and someone let me know if it looks horrendous. I think it looks horrendous and I'm not sure why, so I'm gonna try and figure that out. Have I tried turning it off and on again? No, but that is basically my only troubleshooting option, so we'll see. I might actually... oh, looks fine, sounds fine. Okay, maybe YouTube are just pranking me then, clearly. I'm excited. I am excited. First draft of the season, and I'd love to say that I'm feeling prepared, but I'm not feeling as prepared as I'd like to. But there we are. You never know. I had a good tinker with the ranks today. It was... it's difficult, isn't it, this year? I think it's really tough. There's like a big solid chunk of players in the end of, like, middle of the first round to the third round or so that I just don't know what to do with. Do not know what to do with. But there we are. Oh, one thing I did want to talk about, for those who were asking about Sleeper, including Graz, I had a good look, I had a good tinker with it. There are some things I really like about it, kind of similar vibes to Fantrax. It's a 10-man draft tonight. There are some things I don't love. One of my main things I prefer in draft FPL is to be able to do set and forget game weeks where the game week locks at the game week deadline, because I can't be all weekend, every weekend for 10 months of the year fiddling with my lineup all weekend. I like to plan ahead, throw the dice and see how it falls at the end of the weekend. I do like Fantrax, and I like the look of Sleeper, but I'm not into the changing your lineup as the week goes on. I don't mind it for the Euros or for the World Cup. It's only a few weeks, but season long, when you're playing multiple leagues and trying to make content on it as well, it just gets too much for me. And I play a lot of fantasy, so if they bring out a lineup lock version, I will definitely be interested. Some of the player position choices were wild, a bit wild. You know, for instance, Eze's a forward, Havertz is a mid. That doesn't make any sense. I've got no problem with some of the wingers being forwards, especially the ones that really do play very high. Salah, Son, but I think too many of them, and then the mid pool gets really diluted. Solanke, let's talk about Solanke. So, I think his value is not really impacted, actually. I think it's not much different. The draft is still on for 9 PM yet. How long have we got? 19 minutes. When it gets to like 5-2, 10-2, everyone please remind me, because I will forget, and that will be a disaster. Yeah, the thing with Solanke is, so I think he's probably going to lose pens. So he's going to lose pens, but he's going to play for a team that create a lot more open play chances. So that's kind of 50-50. he's going to lose minutes, but how many? I think he probably still starts the vast majority. Richarlison is now a non-pick. I would not pick Richarlison at all. I think he's basically dead in the water. Maybe as a third forward if you're really struggling. But yeah, I'm not sure. So yeah, that's my feeling is that he's kind of unchanged. Undav. No, not Undav. Unal. I think now is going to be the pick. Enes Unal is the pick for Bournemouth now, and he shoots up the rankings. I've got him ranked like 15th for forwards ish, something in that ballpark. Flying. So yeah, there's positives and negatives really, but I think Unal up, Solanke kind of level, Richarlison way down. Oh, you can do set and forget for the NFL version on Sleeper. That's interesting. If they bring that to the FPL one, then I may well play it, especially if I can have some info on the positions. So hit me up, Sleeper. Thoughts on Jebson as Unal's injured? Is he? Is that new, or have I just completely missed that? I might have just missed that. Bournemouth, there's like two. I've basically been going through team by team and like cluing up on the teams as much as I can. I find that's the best way to do it, team by team. The only teams I haven't really dived into yet are Bournemouth, Leicester and Southampton. I felt like, especially like before it was Solanke or kind of nothing for Bournemouth, Southampton and Leicester haven't got that many picks that I love anyway. So they're the three teams I'm the least aware of. Semenyo, Una. Oh yeah, he is injured, I think. Okay, well, it would be Semenyo then, I would have thought. Or maybe Jebison. I reckon Semenyo though. But as I said, I've not looked into it 100%. Who would I prefer, Havertz or Odegaard? Havertz. Even if he was a mid. I love Odegaard, probably my favourite footballer in the league. I think he's absolutely fantastic. But for fantasy-wise, I think Havertz is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah, there's no doubt in my mind for that one. No doubt in my mind. Fractured big toe. How long does a big toe take to heal though? So he was removed from the 2020 squad for a fractured big toe. I guess he missed the start of the season. But it can't be that. But it's only a toe. Are you going to share the screen during the draft? Yes, I absolutely will be sharing the screen. As I mentioned, tech, not my strong suit, but I should be good enough for that. But yeah, I will share the screen. I've got about 50 tabs and only 2 screens. I've got 2 screens, my phone and the iPad, basically surrounded by tech. I've had to close the window because there was a load of noise outside. So I'm basically in a tech sweat box. Will you be sharing your rankings and watch list? Well, Graz, my rankings are out there anyway, so I might as well. But no. Watch list I will be sharing because I've not touched it. if you could, the one thing I'd love the Premier League to do is just be able to share your watch list between draft leagues. They obviously don't realise how many obsessed nutters there are out there like me that play 5 drafts and are desperate to like not have to make 5 170-man watch lists, because it is like, I'm not doing it. Like, I'm just not doing it. I'm just going to risk it. If my internet crashes, then I'll get like Romelu Lukaku probably. I won my league last year, so this year I've decided to mix it up a bit. I'm not picking any Liverpool or City players. Can I still be successful? That is mad. That is mad. Yes, you could definitely win the league without any City or Liverpool players. Definitely. But why? Surely you just want to win. I couldn't do that. I need to win. Julian Alvarez auto pick. Yeah, it probably will be. It probably will happen to me, I'm sure. When's the draft? Will be starting at 9 on the dot. Will be starting at 9 p.m. on the dot. I'm excited for it this year. So the first year, so this will be the 3rd iteration of the Content Creators Draft League. The first year was won by Draft FC, very on brand from him, I suppose, or from them. Last year was won by at OFPL Draft, Auto Draft on Twitter. He is a very clued up draft manager. Creates some great content on the subreddit. And this year we got one change to the lineup from last year. Sky Player and FPL has decided to bow out. Fair enough, he's got a lot going on. So we've brought in my very own league compatriot, Snake Draft Nath, who you can just see in the chat there, Nathan Dewey. He will also be drafting with me tomorrow in the Snake Draft League, so I'm intrigued to see how some of his picks go. He's been helping me on the Patreon this year, creating some very good articles on incoming transfers and promoted teams, and he's going to be doing some sleeper waiver picks throughout the entire season on the Patreon. So big up to Nath. I'm excited to see how he gets on. He has won the Snake Draft League once. He has also finished last once, so make of that what you will. What have I just done there? Is this a mock draft or a real draft? This is a real draft. First one of the year. I got one today, one tomorrow, one Sunday, one Tuesday and one Thursday, I think. I'm going to stream another one. Which one I end up streaming, I'm not sure. It will either be Tuesday or... is it Tuesday or Thursday? One in the middle of next week, towards the end of next week, I think. Either Tuesday or Thursday. I'm going to stream another one. Anyone got a clue who's on pens? I have no idea. That is a very good question. I've got absolutely no idea. What does Twitter think? Bournemouth Pens FPL. That's always the way to do it. I have no idea. I can't figure it out. No one seems to know, as far as I can tell. The problem is they don't have anyone that like strikes me as a proper pen taker. Maybe Christie. I could see Christie taking pens. Gabriel Jesus has got a lot of praise from Arteta in pre-season. Do you think his value or plain risky? He has flown up the recent rankings, I must admit. I think he's going to start. Game week 1, I think the Arsenal team is going to be Trossard, Jesus, Saka, Odegaard and Havertz in the 8s, and Rice at the 6. I think Jesus, Trossard, Saka will stay really wide on the right. Trossard, Jesus and Havertz will all kind of interlink. And I think it doesn't really impact Havertz much because Jesus is never in the number 9 position anyway. So I think that I think Jesus is going to start, and I actually think he's not the worst pick ever because he's going to get a decent amount of minutes as long as he's fit, and he looks really good in pre-season. Like I've not really got any dilemmas with him, to be honest, which is unusual. Every time I click on anything, my YouTube chat minimizes. Is there a way for me to keep this on top? Because it's very annoying. Stream. What time are we on? 8:53. Oh, we're getting close. We are getting very close. Nope, can't see it. It will be head-to-head. Don't draft Jesus. Thoughts on drafting both Jesus and Havertz? I don't hate it. Head-to-head is like less fair, but more fun. And if you're not playing it for the fun, what's the point, right? So there is definitely more variance, but it makes it infinitely more interesting, in my opinion. He'll be getting his knees drained after 3 weeks. Yeah, maybe. I think as a third... the thing is, a lot of people just will not draft him, right? So if you can get him as a third forward in like the 10th round, I think he's definitely worth a punt, even if it's only the first few games of the season. The thing is, with someone like Jesus, if you draft him, you have to be prepared to bin him off. You can't draft him thinking, yes, I've got the Arsenal forward, I'm going to keep him all season, right? You need to be ruthless with him, and if I draft it, he's gone up my rankings because he looks really good in pre-season. I think he's going to start the season at number 9. If he flops, he is gone. No questions asked. If he's out the team for like a prolonged period, if he gets an injury, like I'm not hanging about. 4 minutes, thanks, Nath. Right, let me get this up. Let me get the... That can go. Can I do this? Okay. Sorry everyone, I'm just sorting out my OBS before I start the draft. That's rubbish. Right, let's just pop that out. Okay, rankings up. Oh, I didn't get a beer. 3 minutes. We'll see. I bet I'm right in the middle of the draft, so I never get a chance either. Okay, boys and girls, it's pretty much go time, so I will make sure I'm not doing anything stupid. Here we go. We're in the draft room. Shall I run down and get a beer? I mean, it's a 0% anyway, so I might as well stick with the squash. Who's your favourite Ipswich forward? Great question. I think it was going to be Hurst, but it looks like he's got an injury. So Delap, I think, will start the season. A lot of people went for Delap anyway. I think Hurst would have started if he was fit, but I don't think he's fit. He's got a knee issue, I think, so it'll probably be Delap. Yeah. Oh, I'm feeling the nerves here. Do you know, I really hope I don't get 4th pick. Ever since I made that mock draft video, I realised how it's such an awkward position. Just give me 1st pick. I've never ever. Oh my god, is it not yet? I've never ever had Haaland ever. In any, I've played since he's been in the league. I've been in like 11 draft leagues, and I've never had Haaland. How is that possible? Thoughts on Son after the Slanky move? I don't think it makes much difference to him, to be honest. I think he's still a very, very good pick. He had great numbers when Kane was in the team, and no one hogs shots more than Kane, right? So, 28 seconds to go. No one hogged shots more than Kane, and it didn't affect him. So, if anything, I don't think it'll be any worse. If you had to pick a defender at pick 55, Tarkovsky, Udogi, Davis, Matson. It depends who you've already got. And okay, here we go. 3rd. Oh, it's Graz's 1st pick. That is jammy. Graz's 1st pick. 3rd pick. Oh, I just want one of the big 2. Why can't I get them? I cannot, for the life of me, get hold of Haaland or Salah. Haaland goes, of course. Of course. And it's Mitch. Oh, it's Draft FC with the 2nd pick. So he's going to take Salah. Oh well, at least I get my man Saka. It's a good 1st pick. It's going just like the old mock draft at the moment. Haaland, Salah, Saka. It's very standard. Oh, the neighbourhood dogs are going mad. Shut up. Oh, 10th pick for Nath. Interesting. Very interesting. Who's next? Rory. Palmer clear of Saka. Nah. Do you know, I was listening to the dogs can't believe you got 3rd pick. Yeah, I know. Palmer goes next. Do you know, I was listening to the Chelsea correspondent on Planet FPL today, and listening to him talk about Chelsea's basically disastrous pre-season has got me a bit worried about Palmer, actually. And just like how his ideal position doesn't exist in the Maresca system, which is interesting to think. Right, so next goes Watkins. Understandable. Foden. Son. We're flying through these picks, boys. That's what I like to see. First round should be bang, bang, bang. No delay. The Dogs heard you drafted Saka over Palmer. Remember, we're not Chelsea FC, we're Cole Palmer FC. Yeah. Isak goes at pick number 8. No surprises there. What forward are you taking now? That's such a good question. Such a good question. It's not... Well, Solanke will go. Havertz will go. So it'll be one of the next bunch. One of the next bunch. I'd honestly go Isaac over Watkins. Yeah, that's what that's actually what made me update the rankings to Isaac over Watkins. It's exactly that. It's the Europe. I think Isaac will probably stay fit, hopefully, because of that. Who are we waiting for? Sloat. Sloat's pick. I know I'm going to get Gakpo. I didn't want to say it out loud, but it will be, won't it? I'm going to start. Who did I pick in the third pick in the mock draft? Saka, Gakpo, and Burmo. It will be. Oh, here we go. Havertz goes. Solanke. Oh, the Solanke Odegaard North London double from Nath. I like that. Xerxes. Wow. That I did not see coming. So who have we lost? I'm behind on my list already. Havertz, Odegaard, Xerxes, Bruno Fernandes, Darwin, Punez. Gordon. Okay. So Pete, who also is doing Patreon content for me this year, started Foden Gordon. No forwards for Pete. 2 mids, Foden and Gordon. Oh, he's going to be struggling for game week 1, isn't he? I'm not sure if either of them will be back. KDB. Pick 16. That is... Oh, it's me next, isn't it? Ivan Toney goes. Okay. Mateta or Gakpo? Oh, God, it's just like the mock draft, isn't it? It's got to be done. Trust the rankings. Gakpo, in we come. I like Gakpo. I'm not mad. Mitch takes Nicholas Jackson. Good pick. So Mitch has started Draft FC. Why have I only got forward selected? Salah Jackson. It's not bad. Graz. Who is Graz going for? Gakpo is a rotation risk, but Saka ain't. There's more to life than minutes, in my opinion. Will Omarodion take Jackson minutes? I can't see how he is because I had never heard of him. And I know that doesn't mean everything, but I'd literally never heard of him. And all I can find about him is that he never scores. Will you go for a safe pick next due to Gakpo risk? I certainly will. And I reckon... Oh. Jota and Mateta. It won't be in Burmo. I can tell you that for free. It won't be in Burmo. Who went? Bowen. Oh, I was thinking Bowen. Now, I would like to take Luis Diaz, but I'm not going to double up on the Liverpool mids or the Liverpool headache. Unless Luis Diaz, no, he didn't go. I do like Luis Diaz though. I think he's fantastic. But there's only one man for me. Ebi Eze. Solid pick. I'm happy. Saka and Eze. That's solid. I'm pleased so far. I actually probably would have gone Bowen. Just because of the slight, very, very slight chance, even though I do rank Eze higher, there is a scenario where Eze goes to City and doesn't play that much. And then I've got Gakpo, might not play that much. And then all of a sudden I'm in a big problem. So I probably would have gone Bowen if Mitch hadn't taken him. But I'm happy with Eze. Happy. And there goes Luis Diaz. Yeah, good pick. So let's have a quick look at that first round while I got a minute then. Haaland, Salah, Saka, Palmer, Watkins, Foden, Son, Isak, Havertz, Solanke. I reckon that in a 10-man league, that has got to be the first 10 picks over 95% of the time. Like, you'll get the odd De Bruyne and Bruno. But other than that, it's just cut and dry, really, isn't it? Who's just gone there? Nkunku goes. Pick 25. I've got him ranked at 22, so that makes sense. No defenders yet. No Trent. No Ben White. No Porro, Gvardiol. I wonder who would be the first to take a defender. I did speak about Sleeper a little bit earlier. I like the app. I like the premise. I don't like that you can't do a lineup lock style at the start of each game week. I don't want to have to tinker throughout every weekend for like 10 months of the year. I think it works well in NFL because the season's so short that you can kind of get away with it. But for FPL, I prefer the like game week deadline style, and you can't do that on Sleeper for the FPL version anyway. The positions that, unless they've been rejigged since I looked, they need a bit of work. I'm not keen on Trent as a mid, Havertz as a mid, Eze as a forward. There's some things there that I didn't like much. Trent goes next. Pete takes Trent, so he's still got no forward. 3 rounds in and no forward for Draft Bunk FBL. He has gone Trent, Foden and Gordon. Okay, we've got a little flurry here. Rashford, Fulkrug and Wood. Rashford. Who picked Rashford? Everywhere we go pod. Wow. Where is Rashford on this list? I'm going to miss my pick looking for Rashford. There he is. Chris Wood. It's gone. Fulkrug, Wood, Muniz. I like Muniz. Really like Muniz. That's Nath. And so Nath's picks so far are Solanke, Odegaard, Muniz. Solid. 3 solid picks. No risks. Some would say boring. How would you rate Eze at Spurs? I think that would work well because I think he'd start over Maddison. Can you see the full draft board with us after? Yes, if Autodraft sends it into the group DM on Twitter, because I can never do the magic that he does with stuff. So if he does that, I'll bring it up. Bailey and Bruno Gomes. I like the Bailey pick. My dog is still going. Where is Bruno Gomes? She's going mental at the neighbourhood dogs. They are not happy with that Bruno Gomes pick. There goes Mbeumo. I was thinking actually sneaky I might end up with him. What do you think about Xerxes in first round? I think it's too early, personally. Oh, Cunha goes. I love Cunha. What a player. Shame about his hamstrings, but I do like Cunha. Right, it's Pete. Surely he's going to take a forward. He started with Gordon, Trent, and there we go. Gabriel Jesus. Wow. Oh. So he's still not got forward. Some would argue. Pete's going to do a write-up for the Patreon members on this draft. I think Nath might get involved with that as well, and they're going to do a little bit of a debrief on it. So that'll be interesting. I'm interested to hear his views on these first 4 picks. If you don't take it forward in the first 3 rounds, it's bleak. The rush on forwards in round 2 will happen. Right. My pick in 2 turns. So at the moment we got Saka, Eze, Gakpo. Pleased with that. I'm thinking it will be thinking it'll be a forward or a mid. Well, it would definitely be a forward or a mid. I mean, I could go mad and take like Ben White or Saliba, but it ain't happening. Gvardiol. Okay. Interesting. Maddison goes. Wow. Okay. People are saying João Pedro. I'm actually thinking of a slightly different. Who's the next forward after João? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've got to take João Pedro. You're right. You're right, chat. Oh, he's miles down, isn't he? Go away. I had him last year. It was an absolute disaster. Let's go back in for him. Saka, Eze, Gakpo, João Pedro. Decent. Would you trade Mateta and Mavadidi for Fulkrug and Bruno Fernandes? I would definitely take Fulkrug and Bruno Fernandes. Definitely. I don't know what side of that you're on, but Fulkrug and Bruno Fernandes, by miles. Still no defenders. There's been a couple go. We've had a couple of defenders go. Trent went in pick number 26 and Gvardiol's gone in pick number 36. Wissa has just gone as well. Martinelli, might be late for Martinelli. Calvert-Lewin has gone. A couple of good picks there from Graz. Martinelli, DCL, as long as they stay fit. And it's me next. I forgot how quick it comes around when you're at one end of the draft board. Hoyland has gone. Right, so I don't really need to I could go for another forward, but I don't feel like I need to. I mean, I could do with someone nailed on, but I'm going to wait on that. I'm going to go for another mid, and I'm going to take someone that's just like absolutely rock solid, no doubts, and that is Morgan Gibbs-White, another old faithful of mine. The midfield's looking good. Saka, Eze, Gibbs-White. I've got pen takers left, right and centre. 3 pen takers. 4 pen takers. 4 pen takers at my first 5 picks. That's the models will love this team. The models will love this team. Are you removing players off your rankings on your Google Sheet as they go so you can keep up? Yes. I've made a copy, not the one that's shared, but yeah, that's what I do. I just delete the names as I go through. But sometimes I can't find them, especially when people take people way out of order. Armstrong goes. He would have been my next pick had he been still there. Absolutely nailed on. No doubts about his availability or anything. So, would you trade Saliba and Awoniyi for Tony and Van der Ven? I would. It depends on the team you've got. If your forwards are looking weak, I think it's pretty even. I don't love I like Van der Ven as a player. I think he's brilliant, quick. Defensively fantastic, but Spurs don't keep any clean sheets. So, and he's not that good for attacking threat. So, it is quite a big downgrade on the defence side. But then Tony is a big upgrade on Awoniyi. It kind of depends on your other forwards. What position you need more? Okay, Vardy goes. Is Vardy really? You can get the Google Sheet via my Patreon. It's free to access for everyone. All you got to do is sign up for the free membership. It's absolutely free. There's a link in the description. I have Cunha and Edouard. Edouard, I think, will play game week 1, but I think beyond that, he's going to be picking up scraps. So, yeah, I'd probably do it. Take the hit on Saliba. It's a shame, but Ivan Toney's. If you've got Cunha, Edouard, and Awoniyi, you could be struggling because Cunha's hamstrings are fragile. Can't believe Vardy went before White and Saliba. Strand Larson goes. That's a shame. I would have liked him. But oh well. There goes White and Saliba. Not surprised. Soberslai, good pick. There's a decent little value pick available. Unless I'm very much mistaken, but I don't think it'll get to me in 8 picks time. Any reason why Kudus isn't picked? I just don't think is he that good? Is he that good of a pick? I like Kudus. I think he's good, but he's not sensational. His data was kind of average. I don't think he's any better than the likes of Hwang, Brennan Johnson, Smith Rowe, Matoma, Kamada. I don't think he's not. He's a great player to watch, but yeah, I don't think he's like must pick. Bernardo Silva goes. Boring. That's Nath. I knew it would be Nath. He loves Bernardo Silva. Stream is healthy. That's what we like to see. Well, we've got a sec, everybody. There's 236 of you watching live. Thank you very much for tuning in. Make sure you hit that like button. Just the 20 likes at the moment. We like to see that number pumped up a little bit. Thank you all for being here with me. First draft of the season. Very excited. And it's going well so far, I'd say. I'm happy. I'm happy with the team. Saka, Eze, Gibbs White, Gakpo, João Pedro. Diverged a little bit from the mock draft, but not that much. Calafiori from Nath. Has Gabriel gone? Oh, you've lost your marbles, Nath. Calafiori before Gabriel. That's wild. That's wild. Unless Gabriel got injured today, that's wild. Petty, Porro and Garnacho both go. Decent picks there, I think. Three picks to go, and I can see two mids that I have got my eye on big time. Pete surely is not going for another mid. He picked Oh, hang on. What's just happened here? Oh, no. Gabriel's just gone. I missed that. Who's Pete going for? Let's have a look. What's his team like? Trent, Foden, Gordon, Jesus, Strand Larson. Oh, okay, that's respectable. That is... He's saved it. Maybe he is going for a mid. Or maybe... Well, yeah, he must be going for a mid. Who else is he going to take? He's not going to take Van Dijk double up with Trent, is he? I wouldn't have thought. Unless he goes a City defender, maybe. Other than that, it's got to be a mid. Surely. Unless he's going to go for another forward. But who would you even go for? Kudus. Whoever that was in the chat that loves Kudus will be happy. Do you think a 7-man league is too small? No. No. I think 6 and 7 are... 6 is the bare minimum. I think 7 and above is fine. Thoughts on Bob? I think it's good. I think Bob is a decent player. I don't think he's going to consistently start for long periods, though, as much as I wish he would. Pep just doesn't do that. That's not his way. Look at Foden. Foden was like the next big thing for about 5 years before he actually got in the team. Look at Palmer. He wasn't ready for Pep. He's gone to Chelsea and is one of the best players in the league. Oscar Bob won't get more than 1,500 minutes. Look at Rico Henry. Not Rico Henry. Rico Lewis. Go for VVD or Diaz? I might do. No, I won't be going for Diaz. VVD's on the potential list. Let's go back to my team. As soon as I'm picking next, I'm going to have 2 picks. There goes VVD. I might just go for the old completely ignore. Why is that saying I've got Gabriel Jesus? That ain't right. That ain't right. I might just go... No, that's not right. I might just go for the completely ignore defenders strategy and take another mid. I don't think the forwards are worth it. I'm just thinking about Brennan Johnson and how he's impacted by Solanke. I don't think he is really, because Solanke's not going to play on the right. Richarlison's not going to play on the right. Kulusevski, even though he won't be playing centre forward, won't be playing on the right anymore. I would have taken Trossard, but already having Saka maybe makes sense to diversify a little bit, and I think they're pretty close in value. So I'm going to take Brennan Johnson. And now this is looking naughty. Saka, Eze, Gibbs-White, Johnson. I don't have Gabriel Jesus. Gakpo and Pedro. Maybe I should refresh this. Oh, I'm nervous. This is going to break everything. Fixed. So I need one mid, one forward. I'm going to go for the waiver out every defender every week strategy and just try and find value. I love the waivers, especially for defenders. So do you think the best tactic is to leave defenders till late? Not always, but it's pretty reliable, because there's generally, when you look at the waivers, there's normally like one forward that might play in the entire league, in a 10-man league. There's normally a handful of midfielders who look like good picks. There's normally about 15 mids that you think, yeah, they could all be good. And maybe 5 of them have good fixtures. But defenders, there's always hundreds of defenders. And you only need to look at the decent fixtures. There's so few clean sheets these days that doesn't even really matter. No one's keeping clean sheets anyway. So, there goes Hwang. I would have liked that. Oh, it's nearly me again. Good Lord. Trossard went. Who else went? I've forgotten already. Did Trossard go? No, Trossard hasn't gone. Johnson's gone. I wonder if Graz will take Trossard. Oh, he's going to run out of time. Oh, Grazzy boy. Trippier! That was a panic pick. That was an absolute panic pick. He's gone for the double defence. Trippier Robertson. Mitch is up next. He's got Salah, Bowen, Hwang, Jackson, Wisser, Hoyland. I like the mids. Not so keen on the front line. Jackson, Wisser, Hoyland. I think Wisser's pretty safe. Jackson and Hoyland. He could be struggling game week 1 here. Could be struggling. He's going to go for a defender, I think. I reckon he'll go for a City defender. I reckon Timber. Okay. All right. Not what I expected. The forwards that are left are just trash. So I'm just going to take a punt right near the end. Defence. I don't really want to. Yeah, I'm going to go for a defender. I'm going to go for... I'm going to go for Kyle Walker, I think. I don't think he'll play game week 1, but that's like their worst fixture anyway. So that's fine. I think he'll come back in for Ipswich at home. Unless I've forgotten something, which I might have. Why have I put Isaac above Watkins now? The more I thought about it, Isaac doesn't have any Europe. Watkins does. That's mainly it. He's got pens. I don't think Watkins will. That's the bulk of it. That's the bulk of the reasoning, to be honest. There's not much more to it than that. I think it's really close. I don't think there's much in it. Luckily, I haven't been in a position where I've had to pick between the two of them yet, and not many people will. But I think Isak's slightly ahead. I'm getting stones in almost every mock draft, which makes me think I'm overvaluing him. Yeah, that might be a warning sign. Why no Rodri? Rodri is just not someone I'm going to draft. I'll put it like that. There was a period where he was playing a little bit further advanced, which made him a good pick, but that period was for about 6 weeks. Other than that, he just does not get forward enough for my liking. Who's just gone? Who has just gone? Oh, I'm sat on defenders. That's why it's not changing. Raya, first goalkeeper, pick 64. That's probably earlier than I would have done it, but it's not unreasonable. It's not unreasonable. Then goes Doku. Right, while I've got 12 picks until my thing, I'm going to go and grab a beer. I'll be back imminently. BRB. I'm back. Corona Zero in hand. Right, what have I missed? What have I missed? Who's gone? Ake. Interesting. He's gone. Kanate. That's interesting. Smith Rowe. That's a shame. I would have liked Smith Rowe. I would have really liked Smith Rowe. Mainu. Kobe Mainu. I'm not even going to bother deleting him because I know I'm not going to pick him. Minter. I think he probably could have waited a bit longer to take him, but he is a good pick, so I don't blame him for jumping. I really like Minter. There goes Rodri. Neto. Oh, that's who I had my eye on. That is exactly who I had my eye on. That is who I was looking at. Other beers are available. Corona Zero, other beers are available. Matt is on crack. Allison goes. Everywhere we go, pod. Neto a starter for Chelsea. What do you mean? Is Pedro Neto going to Chelsea? Oh, I completely missed that. I've just seen that. I was out today. Oosh. That is interesting. That is interesting. I know about Solanke to Spurs, but I missed Pedro completely. That happened when I was on my bike ride. That's interesting. I have to think about that. I think I like him less than I liked him at Wolves. I'm just trying to think how he fits. I guess it looked kind of like Madueke and Sterling were actually going to start game week 1, and he's an upgrade on both of those. I actually think Palmer might play through the middle with Nkunku. So there probably is a wide spot open. I think he could play a little bit more than might expect. That came out of the blue, didn't it? That has come completely out of the blue. There was like no... He was like Spurs, maybe. There was like no even... That's Chelsea style, isn't it? They just buy people. Matson goes. Right. What am I taking? Maybe another defender. How many people... Oh, I wish I'd kept an eye on this, but how many forwards have been drafted? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 24 forwards been drafted, so 6 more to be drafted. Six more. I don't want him. 1, 2, 3. There's probably 4 left that I like. I say like. Oh, Trossard goes. That's a good pick. I would have picked him ages ago. There's 4 forwards left that I like. I definitely can get at least 1 or 2 of them later than now. I suppose it is the 8th round. Defenders. I've already got a City defender, haven't I? Could take Share. I like him, especially game week 1. And I might struggle for game week 1 actually. I think I like Share. I think Cucurella probably will start for Chelsea. The problem is I think Chelsea are terrible and their defence is also terrible. So I'm not too keen on the Chelsea defence, to be honest. And Kanji gets picked. Decent pick. I wish the layout on this site was just a little bit friendlier. So much scrolling. Like, how can this be the best way to do it? It's ridiculous. Oh well. You only use it 1 day a year, don't you? Or 5 days a year if you're me. Kulusevski goes to Graz. I think... Is Graz a Spurs fan? He might not be. That's coming to my head there, but he might not be. He might be Fulham. I'm sure he's a fan of a London team. Chelsea, that's it. I knew it was London. Who are we waiting for? It's Graz. Who's he going for? There's still some interesting players about. Is still 3 people max from one team? Nope, you can have as many as you want. You can fill 15 Ipswich Town players if you wish. Fill your boots. I need to think about this pick. I've got the bones of a decent team here. I might have to go to the trade market with these forwards. Especially if Gakpo doesn't pan out. I think he will though. I've got it seems like someone commented saying second year in a row you've rated Gakpo and Diaz higher than everyone else. And maybe they're right, but there's something about Gakpo that I like him. I like him in Slot's system. How do you rank Trossard, Martinelli, and Rice? In that order. Trossard, Martinelli, Rice. I think Trossard's going to start game week 1. And he's just been in better form for a pretty long period. So, between Trossard and Martinelli, it's basically just whoever plays. And I think at the moment Trossard's slightly ahead. So, but it's not much in it. If you think it the other way around, then that's fair. Sterling goes, yeah, he's been all right in pre-season, Sterling. He has been all right in pre-season. Okay, so back to me. What round are we in? 9. And it's going to be a long time until I get another pick. But I don't feel like I'm desperate for anything. I could... The defenders that are about, aren't urgent. There's plenty of options. I think... Has Munoz gone? Oh yeah, he has. What about Mitchell? No. I'll take Mitchell. Double Palace. I love Palace. Picks 4, 5, 6 for me are Palmer, Foden, Son. Is that how I've got them ranked? I can't even remember. Yeah. Haaland, Salah, Saka, Palmer, Foden, Son. Tobias, keep that to yourself, please. Delete that comment. Has Gahey gone? I don't think it's done, but it's pretty close. Funny how you said you might need to waive the defenders all the time now have 3 clear long-term picks. Yeah, funny how that goes, really. That all swung on the decision to just basically bin off that third forward spot. And the defender, it's funny, if you don't get one of them top premiums, there's actually loads of choices normally in the next, wave. How much does league size affect your rankings? A bit, to be honest. And I would barely look at the combined ranking list. Literally after the first 3 rounds, or even 2 rounds, it's all about positions. The rankings within each position are way, way, way more important than the overall combined ranking list. that completely depends on who gets picked and who doesn't, like, and how the draft goes. It changes so much that it's just not really worth, like, to be honest, in an ideal world I wouldn't even make a combined ranking list. I just do it because it's like easier for everyone. But that's not really how I draft it, as per the draft strategy vid. The first 3 rounds maybe. After that, I don't really look at the combined list. I'm doing it today because it's easier when I've got a load of screens available. But 12 team leagues are good. 10 and 12 are my favourite sizes, personally. Right, some people have gone here. Pope. Ruben Diaz. Unal. Pope. Madueke. Edison. Keepers starting to go. Romero and Sarr. Sarr feels a little bit punty to me, I must admit. Where on earth is Romero? There he is. Especially the way that Palace play. They don't really play with wingers. Like, he likes that kind of 2 behind the striker. Like 2 split 10s, Eze and Kamada, we assume. So then, where does Sarr fit in? Does he suit that role? Not sure. Then you're looking at, well, is he going to play wing back? No. Maybe back up wing back, or come on and take a defender off when they're chasing the game, maybe. Don't know. I don't think Edison's leaving, no. I think he'll stay. Unless I missed that as well, which I might have. Oh, I just hit me tooth. Dallo and Shaw both go. Dallo and Shaw. My pick in 5 turns. Who's next? James White's picked Burn. Jimmy. Everywhere we go, pod. Let's have a look at their team. Oliver Radford. Becker in goal. White and Gabriel. Konate. Son, Rashford, Madueke, Darwin, Cunha. He's got to go for a mid, surely. McNeil. McBoring. Not a bad pick, just boring. What's Pete got up his sleeve? Pope, Gabriel, Trent, Ake, Foden, Gordon, Kudus, Rice, Jesus, Strand Larson. It's alright. No, he doesn't have Gabriel. This is another incorrect. That's a glitch. I think he'll go for a defender. Udogi. Decent. 8 Nori is available. What are good tips for a 16-man league? Make sure you get 2 playing forwards, and make sure you get playing, like, those forwards are going to be key in a 16-man league. Absolutely key. It's my pick in 2 turns. Let's have a look. It could be a keeper. What round are we on? Round 10. Could be a keeper. Where is my little rotation list? Hall goes. That's a decent pick, and someone I'm glad has gone because I don't really want him because I've already got Share. So I'm thinking either... Okay, Gahey goes. That makes sense. I'm either going to go keeper, or I might just leave the midfielder and just take a real punt. I feel like the rest of the mids are so good that I can just afford to absolutely punt the fifth one and waiver them if I need to. And so it's a forward. Pope's gone. I like Leno. I'm going to take Leno. Thoughts on Elliot? Really hard to tell until after their pre-season game this weekend, where we'll get a bit of a better understanding of what's going on there at Liverpool. Pickford goes. There'll be a keeper rush now, I reckon. So, who do I want to rotate with Leno? There are a few good options. Mitch has gone for Everton. So I reckon he's going to try and get... maybe Bournemouth or West Ham for the rotation. Which actually, also quite good for mine. Who... who's just gone there? Anthony Robinson. Anthony Robinson is good. It's a good pick. Konsa, that's good value. That's good value to get him there. I'm just going to... I don't feel like I need anything desperately. So I'm just going to dive straight in on the goalkeeper rotation and lock that in now. Because I don't want to miss out on what I think is a good rotation. So I'm just going to go straight in and take Areola. That gives me Villa at home, Leicester at home, Ipswich away, West Ham at home, first 4. And they rotate pretty good all season. So, and they're both like good keeper picks. So that is the keepers done. We love a keeper rotation. We love a good rotation. Right. Who's now? Rory. Let's have a look at some of these teams. Oh, I've just hit my elbow. Oh, you have little... Ow. Right, let's have a look at some of these teams. Oh, Awanai goes. Who's picking now? JC. Auto draft. Gvardiol, Matson, Hall, De Bruyne, and Nkunku, Mitoma, Doku, Watkins, Vardy, Unal. This is a pretty good team. Not much I can pick fault with here, really. Oh, Iliam and Dye goes. I did have my eye on him, but that's okay. I've got someone else up my sleeve that I can hope lasts. Who else? Someone else got picked. Oh, Henderson. I don't need to worry about keepers, so I can let's just filter them out of my rankings. Liam and Dye. Okay, who we got next? Let's have a look at Jimmy's team. James White. Ederson in goal. Saliba, Porro, Byrne. Solid. Bruno Fernandes, Mbermo, Smith-Rowe, Neto, Isak, Fulkrug. And he's just picking up Tarkowski. This is a good team. Nothing really to find fault with here, I think. Solid. Very solid. Very solid. I like that team a lot. He's just gone there. Tarkowski, Raul Jimenez, and Martinez. Decent. They all make a lot of sense. What's Naif's team looking like now? Snake draft Naif. Calafiori. I can't believe he went Calafiori over over Gabriel. I like Calafiori, but people keep. There's a lot of talk about phasing Gabriel out, and I just don't see it. I know he's weaker on the ball than the rest, but he's so important, especially when we come up against teams that are good in the air, which a lot of the Premier League teams are. Calafiori, Munoz, Dallo, Stones was still up. Oh yeah, I was kind of ignoring him because I had Walker. Odegaard, Bailey, Bernardo, Minter, Sarr, Solanke, Muniz. Is he going to take another forward? Or keeper? Round 12? Or is he just going to YOLO the keepers? How many forwards left that you want? 2. There are 2 left. And there are 7 picks. But how many of these people need a forward? That's the question. I reckon Naif's looking for one now. Davis. Leif Davis. Vicario and Grealish both go. Makes sense. Where's Leif Davis on? He's on here somewhere. Ipswich. There he is. Mikalenko. Yeah, I had my eye on him. Where the hell is Grealish? Do their names begin with J and W? No. One yes. One yes and one no. J? Who on earth is the J? Can you share the Excel sheet? Yeah, it's available for free on my Patreon, link in the bio. You don't have to pay for it. It's free. Hudson-Odoi, good pick. Fun pick. Very fun from Pete. Oh no, Jacob Murphy. Oh, I really was kind of hoping to sneak him in. I like Jacob Murphy. Early for the first couple of fixtures, I think he would have been a good one. But there's still loads of mids that I like. Loads. So I'm not too worried. That final... I think mids are... The first 3 or 4 mids you draft are really important. But the last one, there's so many. People keep saying, oh, there's no mids I like. There's so many that I like. There's hundreds. But I'm an optimist. So... Reece James. Right, I am going to... It's not fun. It's not exciting. But just to absolutely guarantee a start in Game Week 1, it's Danny Welbeck for me. For someone that was so injury prone for so long, Danny Welbeck just lives on, doesn't he? He's been absolutely flying in pre-season, played basically every single minute. And he kind of locks in João Pedro a little bit as well. Because I'm a little bit worried about him for Game Week 1. Well, that's the forwards done, so I can filter those out. So I need 1 mid, 2 defenders. 1 mid, 2 defenders. There's 3 or 4 mids that I like. There's more than that actually. Some are a little bit punty, but that's okay. I thought Gallagher had just gone then. I'm on the wrong tab. I was thinking, who on earth has just drafted Gallagher? Who's gone then? Concert and Martinez, both good picks. Both good picks. Let me think about these defender fixtures. So, Share, I'm happy to play Game Week 1, 2... 1, 2, 4 and 5 if I need to. Mitchell 1, 2, 4 definitely. Walker I'll probably play every week, but I don't love his Game Week 3. West Ham away, actually that's okay. 2, 3 and 4 look good. So I could do with a Game Week... I could do with a good fixture in Game Week 3. we got? Everton at home to Bournemouth. Chelsea at home to Palace. Ipswich at home to Fulham. Brentford at home to Saints. Brentford at home to Saints. They've also got Palace at home game week 1. Interesting. I hate the Welbeck pick too. I hate it too. But it's probably effective. Oh, it's me. I can't even remember. Has Pinnock gone? No. I'll take Pinnock. Yeah, the forwards, I mean, the only two that were available that I liked, that I think are going to play, were, I mean, Jebison, maybe, but I think it'll be Semenyo up front. So the only two actually that I thought were going to play were Welbeck and Delap for Ipswich. And the problem is, João Pedro's not fit yet, so I don't think he may not play game week 1. He might, but he may not. Gakpo should play game week 1, but we don't know. You never really know for sure. So I needed someone that's definitely going to play game week 1, and Welbeck was like the only one really. He may not start going forward, but the only reason he won't start is if João Pedro's fit. So, yeah, it just kind of made sense. I don't love it, but it makes sense for game week 1. And at the end of the day, I would have happily wavered in Welbeck for game week 1, like if it was a different game week further on in the season. So why not just draft him? Alvarez has gone to Atletico Madrid, so I will not be drafting him. I missed out on Wissa. Yeah, I would have liked Wissa. He went quite early though, didn't he? Yeah, I would have definitely... I think he went earlier than I would have expected. Or he went in a... Yeah, pick 39, reasonably early. He went straight after I took João Pedro, but I would still take João Pedro over Wissa. So I'm not worried about that. Who's just gone? Pau Torres has gone. James has gone. Stones has gone. He's gone. Simicas, Castagna, good pick. Fleck and Delap, Cucurella. Sanchez. I wonder if he's going to double up with Sanchez and Jorgensen, because it seems pretty up in the air. Yeah, he has. As I say it, Sanchez, Jorgensen. I thought he might do that. Makes sense. I mean, it means he has to play a keeper away to City in game week 1, which is not something I'd really want to do. Is it away to City? I think it is. Oh no, at home to City. Especially with how terrible Chelsea's defence is looking pre-season. But I think it makes sense. Emerson, Ortega and Anderson. Anderson was still... Oh yeah, I was skipping over him because I've got Mitchell. Emerson's a decent pick. If I can find him. There he is. So it's me in 3 turns. I need a mid and a defender. Let me have a look at some of these mids. There are a few mids I like. And none of these ones. I might take a real punt. Is Ivan Toney back in training yet? Has he played for Brentford yet in pre-season? Yeah, so Kamada is by far and away the highest ranked player left on my rankings. Like way above everyone else. Who's picking now? Rory. Does he need a mid? Is he about to snipe me? He does need a mid. And I would happily take Kamara. But I do have Eze already, so it's like there's a little bit of debate. But he's not actually who I've got my eye on. I'm going to go a little bit left field. Well, it's not that left field if you've been paying attention in pre-season, I suppose. But I don't want to say it for the next 20 seconds, just in case. Somerville. Okay, that's not who it is. I'm going to take Kevin Schade. I think he legit could be decent this season, especially if Toney goes. I don't think Toney's going to play game week 1, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be Schade, Visser, and Burmo. And Schade's looked great in pre-season, like really good. So, yeah, I think he could be fun. Toney subbed on. Yeah, so he's probably not going to start game week 1, is he? If he's got a week, maybe he will. Forwards very meh to me. Yeah, maybe. They're not bad. João Pedro, good player, takes pens. I mean, last season it would be terrible, but luckily it's a new season. Last place, first couple of weeks in bag at Osimhen on waivers. If Osimhen signs for Chelsea this season, I guarantee he's terrible. I say it. Like, that is a nightmare waiting to happen. Boom. Let's have a look at Graz's team then. He's finished. Let's have a look. Onana and Martinez. Trippier, Robertson, Robinson, Aitnori, Branthwaite. That's all right. That's pretty good, actually. Jota, Martinelli, Kulusevski, Ward-Prowse, Gomez, Haaland, Mateta, Calvert-Lewin. Love the forwards, love the defenders, hate the midfield. What do I need? I need a defender, don't I? Maybe... take Milenkovic. That's me done. Okay, let's go through the teams as they finish then. So, Mitch in pick number 2. Pickford and Sells. What's that rotation like? Has he gone for a good rotation? Average. Pickford and Sells. Timber, Kanji, Konsa and Konsa. Murillo. Salah, Bowen, Hwang, Sterling, Elanga, Jackson, Wisser, Hoyland. That's pretty good. I mean, Salah plus Bowen, Hwang, good core. I don't love the forwards. Wissa's decent. Nicholas Jackson's like, who really knows? No, he's not finished. Why are they not in draft order? Pete, Pope, Verbruggen, Trent, Ake, Udogi, Castagna, Senesi, Foden, Gordon, Kudus, Rice, Hudson-Odoi, Jesus, Strand-Lance and Dye. He's done pretty well with the forwards considering how bad it looked at the start. I think he's managed to get a little bit of value back there. James White. Raya Hermanson, Virgil van Dijk, Ruben Diaz, Gahey, James Powell, good defence. Palmer, Diaz, Maddison, Trossard, Somerville, Tony Armstrong, Awanai. This is a decent team. Like, boring, kind of, but solid. Just, yeah. Becker, Flecken, White, Gabriel. White, Gabriel, double up. Strong. Konate, is he going to be first choice? I'm not sure. Oh, never mind. There we go. All right. We're donezo. So, let's have a look at this team. How are we going to line up? Areola in goal. I hate... Why would they make it so zoomed that you can't see it all? It's so annoying. And you can't even, like... When you zoom out, it just looks awful. Why have they done this? It's so annoying. I guess I'll play Pinnock and Milenkovic, probably. I think this is good. I like the midfield. This is a fun team. It won't be fun when I'm 7th in 2 months, but it's fun now. I like the look of it. I'm happy. They haven't touched draft in 5 years. I know, and it's so frustrating because it's such a fun game mode. Do you know what? Draft FPL is like the pro clubs of the fantasy world. It's the best game mode by far, but they just refuse to do anything to it. That's my hot take of the draft. Let me see if someone can do their magic and get a draft board made. Oh, he's done it already. Of course he has. Standby call up. Let me get this up. Save image. Oops. Stream. Can you see that very well? Might be a little bit zoomed out. It's also like, it's kind of horizontal as opposed to, I would normally do a draft board vertically. But, oh well, it doesn't matter. You can see the trends anyway. I mean, look at how many forwards go in these first 5 rounds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 23 forwards out of 30 go in the first 5 rounds. Four defenders. Trent round 3, Gvardiol round 4, White and Saliba round 5. I'm really surprised at Gabriel going after Calafiore. So whose teams do we like? We like JW's team. Isaac, Bruno, Fulkrug and Burmo. Yeah, I like that team. That's good. That is good. Solid. How is Havertz going so high? Did you watch him last season? Did you see him from Christmas onwards? JC's team looking great. Watkins, De Bruyne and Kunku, Gvardiol, Vardy, Matoma, Doku, Matson. Yeah, it's good. That's good. I think it's pretty even. I quite like Naif's team as well. Solanke, Odegaard, Muniz, Bailey, Bernardo, Minter. I think that's all right. Oh yeah, I didn't even notice he went for Richarlison. Pick 150. JD easy for me. Who's JD? Am I going mad here? I'm assuming that's a typo. I don't think there's a particularly weak team that I can see. I'm not massively keen on Sloat's choice of Xerxes Wood in rounds 2 and 3. Bruno Guimaraes round 4. I think that's a little bit weak. But I like the Soboslai pick in round 5. Garnacho as well. Xerxes 12th overall. Yeah, that is pretty wild. It's a punt. It's punty. Might be boring, but pick one is a great team. I think the midfield needs work, but it is good. Yeah, it is good. Autodraft says he feels like he has a few too many punts. I don't think he has very many punts. I'm going to get up the... Oops. Hang on 1 second. I can never ever remember how... Current team, no. How do you see everyone else's team in this website? I always forget. League? Is there a way? Is there even a way until you play? Hang on, let me go back to. Is there a way to see other people's teams until we play a game? I don't think there is there? I don't think I can. So the only way is to go into this draft room and look at them at the side here. That's a shame. Stupid website. Whose team did JC's team looks good, they say. Auto draft. He's a current champ. I love the Watkins. I mean, the forwards outside of Watkins are a bit borderline, aren't they? They're a little bit borderline. Vardy and Unal doesn't scream like points. I love the Jacob Murphy pick. I was going to take him. That was an upsetting one. Doku and Kunku, De Bruyne and Matoma is great. The midfield's really good. I'd be really happy with this midfield. Gvardiol, top pick. Maatson. I guess Hall, Tsimikas and Colwell are risky, but could all turn out to be really good. I mean, Tsimikas probably starts game week 1, we think. Yeah, it's a good team. It's a very good team. JW we also like. Let's have a look. Jimmy. Edison. Saliba, Porro, Byrne, Tarkovsky, Gusto. Not bad. It's good defence. Having both Saliba and Porro is good. It's very good. Yeah, I like this defence a lot, actually. That was understated. It's a very, very good defence. For a 10-man league, it's about as good as you can hope for, I'd say. Bruno Fernandes and Burmo, Smith Rowe, Neto, Grealish, Isaac, Fulkrug, Delac. I mean, this team is packed full of good picks, isn't it? This is the team to beat, in my opinion. I'm going to have to absolutely pump the waivers this year. For me, this is the team to beat. I hate the goalkeepers, but that's not a big deal because they just don't really matter. But this is a very good team, in my opinion. Let's have a look at Draft FC. The man with all the algorithms. Pickford and Sells. Timber, Akanji, Konsa, Murillo. It's good. I think Quansah is probably going to be the first choice alongside Verge. Kanji always plays way more than you think he does. Timber, I'm not convinced. I really like him as a player. I just don't really see how he fits in at the moment, but we'll get a bit of time. We'll see a bit more as time goes on, I mean to say. Salah, Bowen, Hwang, Sterling, Alanga. That's good. I wonder who he's going to bench, if he benches any of them. Alanga is probably will start, but not 100% sure. Jackson, Wisser. I don't like the forwards. I know my forwards were getting ragged on a bit, but I'd rather have Gakpo, João Pedro, Welbeck. Hoyland's out till the second international break. Jackson probably won't start game week 1, so he's just sat on Wisser. Good team though. Good team. I mean, when you've got Salah and Bowen, the rest of it, he'll be very active on the waivers as well, Mitch. So yeah, solid. Let's have a look at Nathan's team. He's got the Chelsea double up. Defence is good, solid. Midfield's not bad. Bernardo Silva, I think, overrated as a fantasy asset, in my opinion. Never really scores as many attacking returns as you'd like. I like Minter, but there is a bit of a punty nature about it. Never seen in the Premier League, but he looks like a very good player. So I do like that. Sarr, I'm not convinced is going to start very often. Solanke, Muniz, good combo, and Richarlison obviously took as the last pick as a bit of a punt. Not bad. Not bad at all. Let's have a look at Pete's. What Pete ended up with. Fellow contributor to the Snake Draft FPL Patreon. Pope and Verbruggen. Verbruggen's injured, but Pope's got good fixtures to start with, so doesn't really matter. I assume he'll play Pope most of the time anyway. Trent, Ake, Udogi, Castagna, Senesi. I like this defence. It's fun. Ake, never really know how much he's going to play. Quite frustrating. Udogi don't keep any clean sheets, but he's good going forward. Castagna's a good pick, I think. Foden, Gordon, Kudus, Rice, Hudson-Odoi. Strong midfield. Jesus, Strand, Larson and Dye. He's done very well considering it looked like he was going to have no forwards at all. I think Jesus is probably quite a sneaky, decent pick for the start of the season. And knowing Pete, he'll probably try and wheeler-dealer him off once he gets a bit of value out of him. Okay, everyone. I think I'm going to go to bed now. Been up since like 5:30 a.m. So thank you all for watching. I will be back for another draft next week, either Tuesday or Thursday. I haven't decided yet. I'll do some Q&A as well in that live stream. Bit of Rate My Team. I'm sure there'll be a lot of drafts going on this weekend, including the Snake Draft League, which is tomorrow. I won't be live streaming that because we will be in person. The draft board. I'll be honest with you, I have absolutely no idea how to do it. The man that sends it in is OFPL Draft on Twitter. And hang on. It is at OFPL_draft. He's the man you need to talk to, because I have absolutely no idea how to do it. Okay, thank you all for watching. Like the stream if you wouldn't mind before you go. And I'll be back with a bit more content over the next few days. We'll see you next time.